I met my boyfriend on a video game in 2013 and now I'm sitting next to him IRL. Armor. This is definitely a thing. No question. Just happy for you too. Thanks less than 3. What was his reaction he met you? I hope your good day. We met when we were 14-15s and it was really awkward because we both had to have our parents drive us to a public meeting spot. So he had the whole shy young boy meeting a girl he liked thing going on. And it was the same on my end. It was cute though because we always joked that he owed me ice cream. So he bought me ice cream with his mum's money and we walked around barely looking at each other. Looking back on it, it was really sweet. We dated for a month after that but broke up because we never saw each other due to neither of us having a license and our parents having lives, and then 3 years later we're here dating again. 8 months strong. Glad to hear. These things can happen. I wish you the best. Thank you less than 3. Whose KD ratio was better? Definitely his. I'm not terrible at COD but I mess around a lot with my friends and my KD takes a hit. His casual games are like 8-2 on search and destroy whereas mine are 4-2. His trying games he goes 13-0 and when I'm trying I go 8-1. We only really play search. I was worse back in the day. I was so bad with guns I gave up. I was really good with a combat knife on BO2. Though, I could win free for all with no tacticals. Just perks and combat axes on my class. I didn't sit in corners either. So I'm pretty proud of it. My nephew met his wife that way. My son is a gamer and pretty shy. So I tell him he can meet his future wife online. He plays Counter-Strike. Though, and I doubt there are many girls playing it. I know plenty of girls on Counter-Strike. Although I'm not one of them. Girls make up a larger percent of online gamers than you realize. Super cool to see couples that met on video games get married. Gives me hope that we'll end up that way. How old is your son? I actually do have a question. Where were each of you located in the world when you met online? Well, meeting on Xbox Live we knew we were both from Australia, New Zealand cause unless you're playing at 3 AM you don't really find anybody else. We found out we both lived near the same city but on different ends of it. Because we were kids it took 3 years to organize meeting each other in person because it meant forcing one parent to drive an hour or both half an hour to meet in the middle. Which neither of our parents wanted to do because the internet is dangerous. Now I drive an hour every week to visit his place on my days off of work. How'd your parents react at first? My dad didn't know about it until after we started dating and my sister ratted me out. So he didn't really have a chance to panic about me meeting a stranger on the internet cause it was over and done with. My mum was not happy. She had to drive me and she was trying to talk me out of it on her way there. Once she met him and talked to his mum for a bit she was fine and actually told me how nice she thought it was on the way home. This was 3 years ago. We dated then broke up and got back together 8 months ago. I asked my mum the other day out of curiosity how she'd react if I told her we were engaged. Since she was watching Bride and Prejudice. And she said she'd be super happy. What games do you play now? And do you guys play against each other? I haven't enjoyed COD since BO2 up until Modern Warfare. But now we play that together. We mostly play games where we're on a team. We played Apex Legends for a bit but we don't really enjoy it anymore. He likes to play games that you need to play every day to sustain arc mostly, and I prefer story-based solo games when we're not on COD. I've been playing Life is Strange lately. But a couple other friends got me into Rocket League which I'm really bad at, but they set me up for easy goals cause they're good. The only game we really went against each other was Mortal Kombat. He wins 8/10 times. Have you guys played Red Dead Redemption 1/2 and Mortal Kombat together? We played Mortal Kombat 11 together. He's a Sub-Zero main. Which is basic. I played either Jackie Briggs or Katal Khan. He won spamming the same combo. I played RDR2 on my own though and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I met my current wife on Little Big Planet 2 in 2014. Our meetup was similar except we went to BWW instead of ice cream. Our relationship probably would have died too, but we just always talked on the phone and my mom didn't mind flying her out every 6 months or so after I moved. It's not really a question, but I get happy when I see similar situations. I love that it worked for you guys. I loved Little Big Planet but only got to play it at a friend's house. Very cool. Best wishes guys. I'm going on 42 years with a girl I loved since we were 12 years old. Not online of course, folded hands, light skin tone. That's lovely. Wish you guys the best. Quick question, when you two met as youngsters, did your parents just slowly walk behind you and observe from the distance to make sure he didn't murder you? Because if so, that would be quite awkward lol. Our mums chatted while we talked and then they sat together at a meeting point while him and I walked around and I showed him where all the stores were and stuff since we went somewhere I'd been but he hadn't. How far away were you guys from each other? An hour's drive. Which, considering we met online, is literally nothing. Some people travel across countries to be with people they meet online. Were you worried that he might be a sexually deviant pedophile before you met him? There's always some doubt before you meet someone you met online. But I was pretty confident having known him for 3 years and could hear his voice getting lower as time went on, so I figured he was how old he said he was. Video chatting first is always a must though. This is very wholesome. I love seeing things like this, so I thought I'd share my experience too so more people can feel happy. How many hours after y'all met the first time until y'all cuddled? We cuddled and watched a movie the second time we met up. I had anxiety issues and kissing was not an option for me at the time. That's no longer an issue. Thank God. Sorry readers. She's dead and this is a cover-up made by the guy she met online. Back from the dead. Am spooky ghost replying now. That's sweet. I just wished my first internet date wasn't a Catfish and it ended up as well as yours. Imagine catfishing a 14-year-old and scarring him for life. I really hope that guy burns. Not in hell but right here on earth. I hate catfish. I hope you find someone good that isn't a catfish. This reminds me of a couple who met on Neopets and are now married. Dude, there's people that met on Club Penguin. Anything is possible. Do you recommend this as a way of meeting people? I kinda just fell into it. If you have someone from the internet you want to meet, always video chat first because it's very easy to fake just pictures. Video's a little harder. If you manage to find someone, great. But it's not the end of the world if gaming doesn't turn into love for you. That's actually very sweet. Do you believe in soulmates, love of your life, love at first sight? If yes, do you think he's any of these? I don't know if I believe in any of it. I believe in lust at first sight, but love is deeper than that. I know love is real. And some people can have love with one person all their life. Soulmates is a little less believable for me, but if there is, I'm sure he's it. He was doing trick shots to flirt with you. Lol, no, he was just killing everybody so I never got kills. How old were you when you first met online? I was 12 and he was 13. The only thing I wanna know is who would win on a 1v1. neither of us really snipe. So a sniper only 1v1 would nearly be an even fight. With a knife only I'd win. Anything else, he's gonna win. Are both of you epic gamers? Totally. On seeing each other for the first time, did either one of you feel like, wow, she is out of my league? I don't know if he did. But I didn't. I'm so glad to hear this. We always hear about the downsides, but never about the positives. I think meeting people online can be really beneficial if you're safe about it. My question, how long were you friends online before your parents found out about him? And when your parents found out, how did you feel? Were you scared? We were friends for 2 years before we talked to our parents about meeting, and it took another year before it happened. My mum didn't take the idea too well and I was scared, but then she budged and loves him now. He just hasn't planned out where to dump the body yet. Lol JK, but awesome story for you too. My wife and I game together as well and it makes a great relationship. Congrats. Playing games is good until one of us, usually me, is losing badly and gets salty because we're both super competitive. Lol. Now when you say you met your boyfriend on a game, do you mean like an NPC or another player? Because when I read this my first thought was, well shiz, now my life size cut out of insert female game character name, female game character, which I am also currently sitting next to, is a lot less creepy now. Honestly, dating a cardboard cutout would be a lot easier. Easy to win games and easier to win arguments. Lol. But no, he was another player. Lol. What's better, BO2 or your relationship? Be honest. That's a tough one. I'd choose him over BO2 now, but if Black Ops 2 was still the most played COD, I don't know what I'd choose.